We're back here on the Lynn Hayes Freeland Show. We are, you know, if I have nothing else, I have a vivid imagination, and I think it's always exciting when we see our young people just imagine what they can do. I love to see kids get excited, and that's what we're talking about, whether they are infants or middle school or high school or college. Three guests, three different perspectives, and there are a variety of ways that kids can get excited through just imagining.
Yeah. Imagination is a powerful thing, and when we think about Pittsburgh Public Schools and using that title of Imagine, what we're trying to say is we don't want to be held or have barriers. We want to actually be able to think about public education in a different way, and we can't be held hostage to the past because we are actually needing to go into the future. So there's three parts to Imagine. The first part is really looking at how do we change our system in regards to, I talked about the graduation requirements. We're talking about changing graduation requirements so that students actually can really go on above and beyond. So graduation requirements is one part. Then we have something called special interest, where we're talking about everything from, I started to say, mental health, arts education, special education infrastructure. We're even talking about healthy food, home-cooked food. I don't know if you remember, like the food, our students talk about eating, and we want them to be excited and eat the food that we serve them. So we're talking about doing food different. So all types of things, right? And then there's a last part, there's another part that's talking about new school design. So even in, as a school district, we have to do a couple new things in order to be able to be in the future. And then lastly, we're going to be talking about reimagining some schools that have been struggling consistently, and we're going to reimagine them also because we have to make sure that our kids who are, if we talk about equity, our kids are getting the best education possible. So there are schools who have been underperforming. We're going to make sure that we reimagine them as well.
Indeed. And Dr. Bullock, I mean, it's, again, I get so excited when we talk about the possibilities because even as we wrap up 2019, head into 2020, there are still kids that when they think about going to college, they get excited because it's now within their reach. When they think about what they can accomplish, they get excited. And that's the excitement that we need to tap in all of our kids.
And that's what we are excited about by being one of the champions with Imagine Pittsburgh. We want to be a part of that development and that exposure for our young men and women, for them to see some of the new innovative career programs that are on the horizon and to begin to have that hands-on engagement and align the various skill sets that they're learning while in high school to really say, wow, now I understand why I'm learning math. Wow, now I understand the value of writing and reading so that I can really engage and be a part of the future. And as they transition through their high school studies, there's a clear vision as to what is my next career. Is it cybersecurity? Is it healthcare? Is it advanced manufacturing? Is it all of the above related to any of the STEM fields? And the community college sees such a strong partnership with Pittsburgh Public Schools in integrating the learning while in high school so that they can really imagine themselves completing the requirements for high school and seamlessly transferring on to the two-year college to complete the credential and then go directly to work or transfer to a four-year college or university.
So, not that I'm considering a career change, but if I were, would I be thinking about something in education in the STEM field? Would that be a wise choice for me?
Well, STEM is always an area of high demand, but it has so many components within STEM, from the healthcare to the cybersecurity, information technology, advanced manufacturing, engineering, robotics, artificial intelligence, all the above, or some of the fields that are growing in high demand and is really taking our future into new directions.
Okay. But like I said, it's not like I'm planning a career change.
And what we're doing is actually trying to figure out how we infuse the coursework from CCAC into our course catalog.
Your curriculum that's offered.
Yes, yes.
And so then, Michelle, I'm guessing that this all makes sense from a foundation perspective because this is the workforce that ultimately we want to attract, retain, and develop for the future of this region.
Yes, it makes sense to us because it is about that workforce, and it's about getting people to be in Pittsburgh, to stay in Pittsburgh, to live in Pittsburgh, to thrive in Pittsburgh, but also to get families, new families that have young children to say, this is the city where I want to raise my children, and to understand that that inquiry begins at birth. So wanting to get that adult, that future worker, investing early and allowing children to play and to discover and to be in the sand and to play in the water and to be in a neighborhood where they feel safe and welcomed, that's what's going to get our kids ready for school. That's what's going to carry with them through school, and that's what will get them to the adults we want them to be and that we all want to be.
Absolutely.
And just imagine, Michelle is going to be actually Michelle and her team are going to be designing a whole school. So when we talk about imagine, we're not talking about like these little things. We're talking about Michelle getting excited, her passion for early childhood, to actually take that and then develop a whole school for us, working alongside a PPS staff, working with teachers, right? Teachers being a part of it, but people actually being able to use their imagination around school design.
And
we have 3 of them that we want to design.
To look totally different. So imagine walking into an environment where kids are playing together and talking together and experimenting together. It's really exciting.
Teachers, when teachers get an opportunity to
Yes.
say, oh, this would be nice and we'd love to
try
see
this.
that.
Yes.
So now everybody's excited.
Everybody's like, and
Heck,
parents
I'm
are excited. Yeah.
I'm excited. So real quick, now how soon will we see some of this come to
Yes,
reality?
so it's a 6-month process.
Okay.
So we're not talking about, a long drawn out
Okay,
process.
so
We're
we'll
talking
see
about 6
it.
months.
Okay.
6 months process. We'll start our engagement in January. It's going to be cold, yes, but kids still go to school, so we can come out and engage people. And we'll start getting ideas from the community first, and from students, and from parents, and from teachers, etc. We'll do some engagement first. Then the design teams will take those ideas and start to work on them. We'll bring them back in March for another look, April, sorry, for another look and another give more input. And then we're going to put it all together into one plan and bring it to our school board and actually have them to vote on it. And so there'll be things that, we have our budget, and we're going to be looking at how we actually, redo our budget in a way that says, okay, we call it education delivery model. It's really how we fund schools. But that is our value base. How we fund our schools is our value
Where
base.
we're
And
gonna
so
put
we're
that
looking,
money.
so we're looking at how we redo that in regards to Imagine. Our board will vote on it, and there's going to be some gaps in funding, but we'll have to make priorities. But we are ready to really change the face of public education in Pittsburgh.
We're going to bring you back when that all happens, so stick around. We're gonna find out what it's gonna look like. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we can expect you back, what, like August-ish?
That'd be great.
Okay, awesome. You heard it. They're
Be
coming
here.
back. All right.
Thanks.
We'll take a commercial break. When we come back, PWN. If you don't know what that is, then you better stick around. We'll be right back.